we've arrived in Chile. We're gonna head north and get into some of the high altitude.
Our plan for Chile is to start right up at the very top and head deep into the Andes Mountains, winding down through the Altiplano to San Pedro, and ultimately hitting the island of Chiloé. After traveling the world for a year, Justin and I, we were charged with a whole new energy.
As I got further away from my old life, I started to realize that this is where I need to be. This is now my lifestyle.
One day, I hope to say that I've seen the world, but that day is not here yet.
Well, we're back in South America. Brazil's been taken care of. Now we have Chile to deal with.
If you come to Chile from overseas, you're more than likely going to end up in Santiago, the capital. To get a better idea of culture, the idea was to come out here to the coast, to Valparaiso. Valparaiso kind of represents the beginning of Chile in a weird way. I mean, it was one of the first places that they actually established a city. And so from here you can kind of say that Chile blossomed out into the rest of the country that it is now. And I mean, it's still an important port, but it's also become this art hub, and you can see it everywhere. The city of Valparaiso is a really bohemian city, so it's not surprising you're wandering around, you see all this beautiful graffiti, these beautifully painted homes and buildings and things like that. And then this guy here, he's just walking around as a street entertainer. He's kind of a walking carnival, and he's selling toys and noisemakers and I don't know, are you buying something? You know, Justin and I have done a hell of a lot more traveling this year. You know, you've got to be able to travel with people who you know you can get along with. In the end, traveling with Justin's, it's easy. I mean, he makes it easy.
We're cool, and we never fight, we never argue. That's hard to say, especially when you travel with someone for 2 years. We're like best friends, you know? There's no other person in the world I'd rather have traveling with me than him.
That's what makes us tick. And tomorrow we'll head up north and we'll start Chile properly. Start at the top and work our way down. We've left Valparaiso, we've left central Chile behind, and we've come all the way up to the far north, to the city of Arica. Everything has completely changed already. I mean, visually speaking, we're now on a very important port city. We've got this desert mountainscape behind us.
We're starting here at sea level, so flying in, we'll work our way up into those high altitudes, pretty much to about 4,300 meters.
Hopefully, I won't get altitude sickness this time, but I've been told that it's the kind of thing that can strike you at any time. After this much travel, we have a knack for assembling the dream team of what we need to accomplish the travel we want to see.
This man up here, he's always the highest one in the group because he's their mountain expert, Rafael. He's always above us, watching over us. He's a mountain man. This is our driver here, Juan, the best driver in Chile. Yes. Number one, right?
Yes, I number one.
So we got the number one driver, the number one mountaineer guide. So what else do you need?
Thank you, thank you.
Who needs a radio? Radio Juan.
Radio Juan.
Juan on your dial. What's our altitude now?
Well, now we're in 4,600 meters high, and we're looking at the Cotacotani lakes over there. And over here we see the Payachatas.
We spent the majority of the day just getting to the Altiplano today, so we're gonna have to stay the night in kind of a ranger station. Another sleep to acclimatize tonight, and hopefully
yeah.
wake up tomorrow fresh as a daisy. So
Yeah, when you're in 4,000, it's difficult to sleep.
we're down to 2 now. Justin's joined Juan in the car. We're the idiots. We're the ones standing out here. Let's get warmed up.
Tight quarters. Where's Andre? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's there with the camera. I guess this is where we're gonna be staying. Got 4 bunk beds here. It's tight, but it's still all the body heat. Keep us warm. But right now I am lightheaded and just kind of like a little bit woozy, and I almost feel like I'm gonna pass out.
I fell right asleep, but by about maybe 3 in the morning, I couldn't sleep anymore. I had this pounding headache, I just felt nauseous. That's the altitude finally kicking in, I guess.
Not feeling too good right now. My head's just pounding like crazy.
There's been a CB radio that's been picking up like half signals that sound really funny. Waking up with a headache this bad, it's like you don't know if it's actually just going on in your head or not.
We're going higher too. That's the sad part. Is we're gonna go climb higher and higher. So, yay!
You know, I sleep like a baby tonight. Very good. Juan's still sleeping outside. Look at this. Yeah.
Starting to come around now though. I think a little bit of time on your feet and an aspirin, some water, and you get out in the sun and the fresh air and stuff, and you right yourself pretty quickly. I'm already feeling pretty good. So we're standing kind of between 3 major volcanoes here, right? This is the one in the foreground, that's Parinacota, right?
That's Parinacota. In Aymara language, Parina means flamenco, flamenco place.
Do you think we'll be able to climb one of these volcanoes or get to the top of one of them?
You just come from the sea level, just from one day to another, you are in 4,500 meters high. So that's too much. If you stay more time here, and for sure you can climb one of these mountains, yeah.
Unless you've experienced altitude sickness before, there's nothing else like it, is there? It's just a horrible feeling.
Last night, when I was laying there, I felt my breath's getting shorter. Hopefully tonight, feel better. Won't be so bad tomorrow morning. We hit a stop sign. As soon as we stopped, these llamas just came running up to us, and they just shoved their head right in the window, and they just wanted food. And they could smell the food we had. They smelled Andre's food. Well, I'm not giving you more nuts if you act like that.
This is the beautiful little town of Parinacota. It's a very good example of small towns in the Altiplano.
How many people live in this town?
Well, at the moment, just a few people live here. I guess not more than 50 people around, and most of the houses are close. and it's kind of a ghost village. There is a big family who lives here, but now they are in Arica. So many people, they live to the city.
It's kind of sad though that everyone's left. There's almost nobody here anymore.
And this happened in almost all the village.
This gentleman here is the caretaker of the church, and we were able to track him down and get the key so he can let us in and so we can kind of take a look around.
This church is from the 17th century. The construction was an Aymara construction, and it was painted for the Spanish.
Cristo ahí está con los romanos.
Yeah, like remember we talked about for example, the Romanes, because when he died, he was for the Romanes, not for the Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, because they never saw a European people before, so they painted Spanish.
O señoras sentados tranquilamente. Ya.
It's a superstition they have here. This table is going around with candles in the corners and with the men. So the people, when you see it outside the church, it says somebody's gonna die. So it's a bad sign.
So the superstition goes that this table actually can walk outside of the church. And if it does, then that's a bad omen that someone's gonna die.
Yeah, right on.
So they've tied it to the church so it can't go anywhere. If it were me, I would tether it with something more than just a piece of yarn. I'd have it like chained down to the ground. It really sends you back into history. This little village is only here for the few passing visitors that come through. It certainly leaves behind an interesting little ghost town here to see. And there is still some life that goes on here. There is still 50 odd people that kind of run the village and the school, which operates still for 8 children who attend. And I think that really puts this whole place into perspective of how much it is hanging on by a thread. Cellar de Sorire here is this, well, ancient ocean that's since dried up. So this isn't snow, this is salt. We're still sitting around 4,500 meters above sea level. The bodies are starting to adjust, slow but sure. If this is the beginning of our acclimatization and we make it through tonight, then the next step is going to be to do these things. And that's not being Mr. Tough Guy, that's just saying, look, if we can acclimatize to this, what's keeping us from getting up on one of these volcanoes, you know? Let's go as far as we can. This should be a pretty interesting place when the sun comes up.
Really short of breath. Head is already starting to start pounding, and luckily I got some pills. Should get rid of my headache. I'm using every stitch of clothing I have to keep myself warm because it's cold. But it should be worth it.
We were able to conquer the altitude last night, and when you wake up to this sort of stuff, none of that even clicks in. You don't even think about it. You don't even think about how sick you were the day before, how cold you were. It's this kind of surrounding. It's so worth the pain and effort of getting here in the first place. You wake up, unzip your tent, and then you look at the salt flat and these steaming vents of hot water everywhere. And beyond that is just these brown, barren mountains with nobody around. Think back to some of the stuff that we've seen over the past year even, let alone the past 2 years, and the kind of landscapes. I mean, we've seen nothing like this, and we certainly haven't been at an altitude like this for this period of time. It just opens your eyes up to just how much is out there. I mean, this is all on one planet. Who'd have known that this was all one planet? I'm not sure where Justin is. He's back asleep. I don't know how Justin's night went, but obviously it wasn't quite as good as mine. I mean, I feel right as rain now and fully acclimatized. I was hoping that we could one up this elevation now and explore some of these or some similar volcanoes in the area. Are you out of water? Do you want water? Do you need water?
You need oxygen.
I can't help you there. I'm gonna grab something to eat. Do you want something?
Any crepes with caramel in it?
I'll see if it's on the menu. He can't be that sick. As ordered. Crepe with caramel, a couple of chocolate cookies.
I'm still feeling like crap.
Just not programmed for altitude, eh? No way to know unless you just come up and try it and it's like, oh, I guess I'm not.
I'm like, why can't I be naturally gifted at something? I was really hoping when I was younger, if I could be naturally gifted at anything, let it be surfing. When I moved to Hawaii, I'm not good at surfing. Not at all. Even at BMX, I could hold my own, but these little kids would just like school me.
Put it this way, dude. If you don't ever find a thing that you think that you're good at, after all of these experiences and travels and stuff, at least you know you'll have exhausted all of your resources. In the end, there'll be no regret. You won't be able to say like, I wonder if I could have climbed Everest. Now you know you wouldn't have been able to.
I feel like the weak link of the group. Everybody wants to go to high elevations, and I can't even sleep. I can't even sleep through the night without getting headaches and stuff. So it was okay yesterday when everybody felt bad, but when I'm the only one feeling bad now, I feel like I'm just slowing everybody down.
Justin hasn't been feeling a heck of a lot better, so Raphael just thought since we were near the town of Putre that we should pop into the clinic here and just have him tested, give him a little bit of oxygen.
Huh? I always go to the hospital, out of all of us.
Every country?
Every country I go to the hospital.
Sí, o sea, está saturando súper bajo.
¿Cuánto tiene?
El 70. Esta es la saturación de oxígeno.
Saturation of the oxygen is very low. Your heart frequency
Sí,
is 114. And you're not doing anything. So your body needs more oxygen, so it's going faster and faster, but it's not working.
Pero, ¿es what?
Is Juan there? ¿Cuánto tiene?
Juan, our driver, he's an older guy,
There's a couple times I thought he was having a heart attack. I'm not joking.
and he's also very proud. And like a lot of men his age, refuse to get medical help.
The last 2 days is just stop the van and sleep.
We should put him on here. We should get him oxygen.
Even though he spends a lot of time up here, I think that maybe he's being affected by the altitude as well.
Juan. Well, you don't have to write too much.
He's acting now. His heart's beating 130 pulses a minute, and oxygen in his body's only 60%.
So we've been able to convince him to come in and get a bit of oxygen just by saying that we needed it for camera. So he's doing it for us for camera, but hopefully for his own good as well.
My levels are returning to what they were before I showed up at the hospital. Even though this little bit of oxygen helps, just saying that I just need to get back down to sea level. Juan as well, his heart rate's way up there. I feel bad for the guy, and he's been driving and I'm sleeping.
Thank you, good. My God. Y la compañía que estuvo súper agradable.
And it's made it by
Tanto
water.
cae el agua se formó solo el Cristo.
While we were here, there was a bit of a procession that went down the street in front of us and then into the church behind me here. It's a celebration of an anniversary of a flood that happened on a river not too far from here, and there was a church there that got washed away in the flood, and the only thing that remained was this figure of Christ, so that was seen as somewhat of a miracle, and so they celebrate that here every year. We just happen to be here on this particular day.
It's just been a hard couple days. Oxygen levels are way down, my heart rate's way up. Just trying to muscle through it, but You know, hasn't been working out for me. Went in the church and just kind of sitting there and just catching my breath, and it was real peaceful, and my heart rate just slowed right down. Maybe it was the first time I gave myself a chance to relax and give myself a break. Or it could be a sign from God. God said, maybe you should come to church. I lost a little sheep, but you know, he may make a believer out of me.
Juan, muchas gracias.
Gracias
huh?
a usted.
Take care of yourself.
Gracias. Thank you. Okay.
Muchas gracias.
Cualquier cosa me llama.
Rafael has been kind enough to give us a ride down to San Pedro. He's going to be driving us and all of our gear down there, and then hopefully be showing us around the area as well as he did up in Arica and into the mountains of the Altiplano. He didn't get rid of us so easily. Justin is just stretching his legs like we all are, and a wooden standee of a beer model kind of caught his eye, and I think he's kind of bartering for a price on it. We're short on room, but you know, there's always room for a lady.
Here, we gotta use the camera to our advantage. People come all the time asking to buy that girl and stuff like that. Raphael's like, yeah, just bring the camera, he'll see the camera, and then he'll sell her, So we need Andre to work some magic.
The thing with Justin is after you travel with him for a while, you almost never get surprised.
This is a sign I want to buy.
No, it doesn't have a price. He said that the Brazilian guys that stop here and they recognize her, this Brazilian model.
10,000.
Raphael was
Don't remember
dumbfounded.
10,000.
I don't think he really took it seriously.
10,000.
10,000.
Kind of getting the feeling that Justin maybe has a thing for Brazilian chicks. It doesn't even faze me anymore. It's just the fun that you have being with
What do
him.
you think? So what's the deal? How much? 20,000?
You want 20,000.
20,000.
20,000. It's a lot of money for that girl.
All right, deal.
You're the train that carries me through the countryside.
Put some socks on her.
You're the apricot ginger tea that brings me to life. And you're the one for me. You're the only one for me.
We drove a long way yesterday. We covered at least 800 kilometers.
You know, I've been drinking water. I've been sleeping. I stopped drinking alcohol. They're not working. Is there anything we can do?
Well, there is one thing, but it's not always working. The people here, like the Aymara culture and Quechua, they used to trim coca leaves, which helps to acclimatize also.
The same thing they make cocaine from.
Yeah, it's the same, but in very, very little amount.
Okay.
Like people use for years and years, and it's really part of the culture. Like take a little like this, little amount. So you put like, oh wow.
So just put the whole thing in your mouth and just start chewing it.
Yeah, yeah. that's that.
What the
And
hell
this
is that?
Mix with the lips.
It doesn't taste good at all.
Oh, this is the last chance to acclimatize, yeah? So we go straight down mountain, which is 5,600 meters high. We're gonna climb and bike down, so...
So we won't be there very long. See, so you might be all right. And you have the power of coca leaves.
The last few days for me have been real tough. And for a while there, I felt like I really was letting everybody down and everything just kind of stopped. And I just felt bad because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the one that lets everyone down. We got some bikes here for this kind of terrain. These wheels are a lot bigger, the 29-inch wheels. So they have more surface area, they cover more, and you can roll over logs and rocks and stuff like that. So 900 bikes, pretty sweet. The altitude right now, I think I got about 2 or 3 hours in me before I start feeling the immediate effects of it. Got the bikes, mountain, got the altitude. Just gotta get that rush.
We're about 4,700 meters right now, which is about 200 meters higher, about 600 or so feet higher than we were in Lauca. Justin seems to be doing okay, everybody seems to be doing okay, so we're gonna go as far as we can before we start our bike down.
always the straggler. This body's not designed for high altitude.
This looks like as high as we're gonna get. 5,000 meters above sea level, we're gonna descend 2,500 meters or so. I mean, that's 2.5 kilometers down over the better part of 60 kilometers.
You ready for this? Are you ready? We'll see how it goes.
It's another effect of coca leaf.
Warms you up if you yell. If you yell, it warms you up. So psyched to be up here. See the mountains, see volcanoes, the light, the wind, volcanic rock. What a trip. It just took a little bit. And I started feeling better, and by letting my body kind of recharge a little bit, went up a little higher, and there I am mountain biking.
It was actually Raphael who suggested trying some mountain biking. Try was definitely the word. I took a bunch of hard spills. Raphael took a hard spill. I think Justin stayed on his bike the whole time.
I felt great because finally, I had the ability to do what I wanted to do, and my body didn't slow me down.
And finally, we made it down a few hundred meters, and we started to get on some harder packed stuff. And that was cool. That was a really cool feeling. By the time we found ourselves more than halfway down, as the sun started to set, we realized that Justin had beaten his altitude sickness.
If I want to climb, I'm going to climb. If I want to mountain bike, I'm going to mountain bike. If I want to climb a mountain with a mountain bike on my back, then I can do that. I needed that. I don't want to, but I have to. My life is on the road, and this is not going to work out. And I'm going to have to say goodbye. I don't know, maybe I got a thing for Brazilian girls. Who knows? And didn't we have a good time when we were hanging out? Shh, don't answer that. My life's on the road, baby. Raphael, you can take care of her? I kind of fancied her a little bit more than normal, but oh well. She's a special girl. Right here. You feel it here.
Yeah.
In your heart.
Yeah?
As much as it was sad to see her go, I think I left her in good hands with Raphael. It's true love. I'm not the one. Maybe you're the one. There wasn't much room for her on the road. I think it was best off she stayed in Chile.
Yeah.
Take care,
Well,
right?
Send an email.
Yeah, for sure.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks for everything.
break,
Like showing us the north of Chile, up and down. I think it was a great feeling of accomplishment for all of us for having done it, having done the miles, done the altitude, done the adventure of it. Hopefully we did all right for ourselves. It's something I'm glad Raphael was around for, because I don't think we would have done it without him. There's a lot of Chile left to see. It's a huge country, so moving south again, we're going to the edge of Patagonia. We're gonna see the island of Chiloé.
We got to go there like...
We're crossing over to the island of Chiloé, and Chiloé kind of lies at the top of Patagonia. It looks a hell of a lot different than what we just saw in northern Chile, and it's actually a bit chilly. Chile. You had to know that joke was coming.
That was horrible.
You had to
That
know.
was terrible.
It should be an interesting place to visit. It's certainly a hell of a lot different than the desert. Giving my nose a break, getting some sea air through my lungs and everything is kind of nice.
There's a lot of mystique to this island, and there's a lot of stuff like warlocks and black magic and like serpents of the earth and water and stuff. So it's kind of neat, it's kind of different. You never hear about that kind of stuff in the desert. We're gonna check it out and see if we come across any of these warlocks.
When you're on an island like Chiloé, it would be a real waste for us to stay at a hotel or even a hostel. So the Santana family's been kind enough to offer us a place to stay. So the first thing that we've got to do is help out a little bit.
Well, this is a familiar sight from Jordan to the Cook Islands where meals are prepared under the ground. A mixture of all these different types of food. There's so much flavor to this food, you know?
This is a new process. I guess it's similar to what Pa did by throwing earth on top, but this is a bit more controlled, so not so much dirt gets down into where the food is. It's just cut pieces of sod so that the dirt stays together.
While this is cooking, we'll go get yourself a drink or something.
Sure. Something to kill the time because it's smelling too good. Watch pot never boil. A watched ground never steams or something. I don't know.
Work on that one. Work on that.
You're a long way from home, and you're standing there all alone, with a half-full bottle beside, from the day you try to hide.
The best part when you stay in a nice house like this, you get a nice meal. I'm not a big fan of seafood, so I don't know if this is going to be better than anything I ever tasted. I don't know.
See, you finally got your clams you were asking for.
Wow, help me. Everyone's like, yeah.
Ya. ¿Le sirvo a él? Sírvase.
Gracias.
This is where I shine.
¿Usted joven quiere postrecito?
Yeah, that's-
Pero no se comió la sopita de almeja. Así que podía estar castigado y no tiene postre. No tiene postre.
See, you don't get it.
Why?
Because she said you didn't eat your clams.
You kidding me? You kidding me?
Andre gets it.
What is that? Is that cheesecake?
Ya.
Enjoy your dessert.
Is that cheesecake? But I love cheesecake.
One of the most well-known chilotes is a gentleman here on Chiloé who has started up kind of a museum slash, I don't know, art display, I guess.
This mannery looks like an old disheveled looking newspaper.
It kind of started when he discovered 5,500-year-old human remains, and they're thought to be the very first humans on Chiloé. And the bones were since taken to the University of Chile. Since that point, he's started to collect all kinds of different rocks, fossils, skeletons, and in some cases, bird and animal remains.
Is that a deer? Got hit by a truck.
It's a one-of-a-kind museum, that's for sure.
I think you just filled that one up with bones, dude. In your trip here, if you didn't see anything, come here and you'd see it. It's not going to be alive, but it's still pretty cool to see.
It's amateur taxidermy. In this case, they just sort of stuff some bones or some cotton in it, put it on your shelf, and charge admission. Sounds like a good idea. So you're not going to find this anywhere else in Chile, that's for sure. Here in Chiloé, there's a special type of liquor that's only available in the town of Chanchi. We've asked for a few places that actually serve this liquor, but the directions that we've been given have just led us to this house. We just kind of expected a pub or a bar or a brewery or something. ending up on someone's front porch. Not what I expected.
Adelante, señorita.
¿Cómo está?
Muy buenas tardes.
Gracias.
Adelante, adelante.
¿Aquí?
Adelante. Vamos a ir, Oscar.
Hola.
Hola.
Licor de oro. Is it okay if we try?
Puede.
Dre. Salud.
Salud.
Muy bueno. And you?
No, no. Nos cura usted nomás, ¿eh?
Cheers.
And
Salud.
another one. Yeah, it doesn't take long with this glass.
It's good. I mean, it's not like drinking homemade Mongolian liquor.
She's got clouds in the back here that she wants to show us.
Jack. It's funny. My grandma actually she jars fruit and like cherries and beets and pickles and all that kind of stuff, and she didn't have this. A whole cellar full of booze.
You know, some people have a wine cellar, but few grandmas have their own liquor store in the back of their house. Can you imagine discovering that your grandma is like Miss Liquor?
I wonder what's in these buckets. These buckets, I think this is the product here. Yeah, it should be snooping. Well, that's what I used to do in my grandma's place. He used to snoop. Oh, she got like raspberries in there.
Gracias.
Thanks, Grandma. Oh yeah. Rosa.
Mora.
You know how most grandmas are like eat, eat. This grandma's like drink, drink, drink. So we better not let her down.
I want to break her beautiful poor old heart.
You taste the raspberry.
Wow.
Which one's your favorite so far? Oh, I haven't tried the green one yet. Rosa, can I have the green one?
Que le va a salir caro la televisión ahí. La tele para poder pagar, ¿no?
She's like, yeah, help yourself. Eat the cookies right off the tray. It's fine. You're at grandma's house.
She is spoiling us. She's got some bite.
It has a bit more bite to it, doesn't it?
We should probably get out of here before we drink her out of house and home.
Yeah.
We don't want that to happen to her. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you.
Ooh, Grandma's house just got fuzzy.
Remember this address.
When we first went to Chile, we were really excited about learning all this mythology that surrounds Chile, and there was a lot of it. We're gonna go to this museum, and we're gonna go learn about these mythological creatures and solve this mystery.
Ya, vamos. Por acá. Bien, aquí vamos a entrar por el sendero Los Humedales. Es una zona de cocodrilos, serpientes y sanguijuelas. Aquí vamos a pasar por un humedal. Ahora, ¿qué es un humedal? Un humedal es una superficie plana, pero de una composición geológica muy...
We've been told that Filiberto here is kind of the resident expert on Chilote mythology.
Estos cocodrilos no hacen nada. Y esa serpiente tampoco, ¿eh?
He's starting to take us around, and there's signs in Spanish. He's speaking a lot of Spanish, which we understand almost none of. We're just following this guy through his maze of woods back here.
Este personaje es el piuchen. Es polifórmico, se asemeja a una culebra voladora.
Part of this is actually from a real animal. Hopefully the real ones don't have stick-on googly eyes like this one, but...
Siempre se ve cerca de los ríos, pero tiene un graznido aterrador, ¿eh? ¿Ves? ¿Ves? Shut up.
I'm not afraid. Are you afraid? I'm actually afraid this bridge is actually gonna break.
Este personaje es el basilisco. Tiene cuerpo de culebra y cabeza de gallo. Esta es una familia de chinitas.
house of the Chilotitos. We can go in. Do you want to see the house of the...
Yeah, that's me twice.
I don't know. Like, this is obviously for children, but I still can't put my finger on exactly what this is. Like, there's some mythology here, there's some, you know, history, there's almost like little morals and life lessons and stuff.
Este personaje es el diablo, que representa la maldad humana y habita en el infierno. Aquí vamos a conocer el infierno, ¿eh? The human body, el ser humano, dentro de su cerebro tiene guardado todos estos hechos indignos, ¿ves? Mientras los tenga guardados va a vivir feliz y en paz. Pero si uno empieza a liberar todo esto hacia afuera, se va a ir formando su propio infierno. Mientras más cosas libere, más grande va a ser el infierno que va a tener durante su vida. Ese es el infierno. Esta culebra se comió 2 ratones y lo está digiriendo en este momento, ¿eh?
I'm just getting more and more confused. Like, coming here to try to figure out this mythology was the whole point of this, and I end up becoming more baffled.
This was made for children and you learned nothing. When we first got to Chile, we found out that Valparaiso was the center point from which the rest of Chile developed.
Apparently there's a UFO here. I have no idea what that has to do with mythology.
We're pretty close to the highway. I think that's just a hubcap from a truck. But after being in Chiloé, you realize that Chiloé is really the heart of Chile. It kind of represents the most dynamic, the most pure of Chilean culture, I think. This guy spent a fortune on googly eyes. And despite the confusion with Filiberto, one thing became clear. Everyone on this island seems to be doing exactly what they want to be doing. They figured out how to continue doing what makes them the happiest. And Filiberto seemed pretty excited to tell us something before we left.
Vivan la vida concho. Es la mejor manera. Vivir cada minuto intensamente, porque la vida es muy corta y de repente llega el momento que nos vamos a morir y habríamos deseado hacer muchas cosas y no las hicimos. Por eso de cada minuto hay que disfrutarlo, hay que disfrutar de la vida. No tratar de tener tantas cosas, de adquirir tantas cosas, sino que de tener vivencia. Lograr todo lo que queremos hacer. No importa el esfuerzo que esto se merezca, pero vale la pena. La vida es muy corta y hay que gozarla.
We're the first ones here waiting for our ferry off of Chiloé. Time to move on. Still more Chile to see. There's a place that Justin and I have always wanted to go.
Right now, we're kind of in the middle of Chile, and this is the closest we'll ever get to this place.
But it's a cost thing, so we're gonna leave it to chance.